It's the After the Show podcast, precious.
We don't care, we're about to swear on the air. It's the After the Show, so tune in if you dare. KVJ, get risque every single day. It's uncensored. We can say what we want to say.
Alrighty, hello and welcome to the KVJ After the Hair podcast. Happy Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Yeah.
Do it, bitches, behind us. So
No, it's not. Actually, just my throat is still. So it's not behind. It's behind you. It's not behind us.
It's gonna be behind his butt pretty soon.
Yeah. It's not behind us.
you and Denny's are gonna have volcano ass.
Yeah, we're still dealing with that.
You guys should FaceTime each other when you guys are. Hey, you pooping yet? I'm pooping.
Hey, you feel like someone put a blowtorch up your bunghole?
If you missed Do It, Bitch, Denny's and I, we got swept 3-zip. And the punishment was somebody had sent us one of those, eat this chip, you're going to die things.
So we don't have the good sense that God gave a goat. We ate it.
Yeah, not we. Again, you're going to stop grouping
I know.
this. I don't like this. Like us and we, like there's no us and we in this.
And she was even my teammate, and I'm with you. I'm like, shut the fuck up. It's not we.
No.
We did good.
No, you didn't do anything.
We were so brave.
You did have a good round, though.
She did.
I was scared of that freaking chip.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you did 2 rounds. Kevin did 1. You had presidents, and we were talking way too long.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
I know.
I was off my mark. I'm thinking about my T's. I'm like, I got to do that damn code word. And then it's like, go. I'm like,
Anytime there's a topic and you think you have enough, but you know you have to go through it in your head, as soon as someone starts talking,
throws you off
it's over. You can't get it back.
Yeah. Yeah. It's kind of like if somebody said, on your mark, ready, and go. You be what? What? Yeah, that was a challenge. But the thing that was interesting about that chip is how it went blue. Because you would think if it were spicy, I know you don't like the color blue, but why is it blue? Well, it has to be all chemicals that make it hot.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
So that's the one thing I couldn't understand, because I've done that before, and I knew, and I had to do Whacked Out News next, which is the segment I got to talk the most of the entire day.
You really do.
Yeah. It's all me just talking. Yeah. I'm like, all right, this is great. This is a great setup for Whacked Out News. Yeah, so I threw it in the back of my mouth, was chewing, trying to get the chip just down. I knew it would burn my asshole later, but, I was like, if you keep it off your tongue, you'll be all right. But even still doing that, it created a thick blue mucus. I'm like, why is it blue? I'm like, I didn't eat anything blue. It had to be that chip. And Denny's was the same thing. He was like, blue was bubbling out of his mouth. So I don't know what the hell that was.
It's not
what makes it blue?
good.
It's got to be some kind of chemical that would do that.
Totally. It's a blue dye.
Yes.
And they put it on there for effect.
Yeah.
But that crap is not good to put in your body.
Yeah, no, and it's probably not good to bring out of your body either. So I'm really not looking forward to tomorrow's dump.
But you need to video yourself.
You never know, that thing could sneak up on you this afternoon.
Yeah, I feel like it's going to come out today.
It might. If you do spicy food, when I do that, it just wrecks you. In fact, you usually don't make it it throws off your whole schedule.
I'm doing a bet right now. I'm going to say Ralston definitely has a tough time with the toilet today, not tomorrow.
Now, will the poo be blue?
I don't want to say it's a great question, but it's a question.
It's journalistic.
It's journalistic.
Yeah, it'll probably be in that category. Yeah, I would imagine, because that's why I was saying, it's just when you have chemically stuff that is not treated right. It'll probably look like an Easter egg. So
yeah, that's the one thing I've noticed about my body. There are certain things I used to love, and then I eat them now, and I'm going, they are just too chemically for me. Even for Chemical Carl over here.
Your body is telling you no, old man. You can't do what you did 10 years ago.
Well, even just in the taste buds alone, just chewing it, you're going, this fucking tastes like poison.
It tastes gross.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll let you know how my dump is later. So we'll see what happens.
If you could, maybe like a conference call all of us.
Well, I'm pulling for today. My money's on today.
Yeah.
Yeah, so far it's like I've had really hot stuff, and you feel it all the way down your throat into your stomach, and it just doesn't settle. And so I'm not there. So that's not it. So
Okay.
Yeah, you got some time.
Yeah.
You've
we'll
cried
see.
on the toilet before. This might not be that.
Yeah, the worst. You were with me. You and I got that native Thai. Well, you and I
got the native Thai.
You and I we went to go get Thai food, and this is when I was younger, and I thought I was going to be all cocky, and I went native Thai, which they said was the hottest. And I should have known when they came out to bring me my food, 5 people came from the kitchen and just stood there
To watch,
Wow.
to see who this gringo was that was going to try to take down native
They
Thai.
couldn't believe it. And it was like, so you know how it is. You're now on a stage and you're like, okay, I can't back down. So
Oh, that's the guy from the radio.
as soon as I took one bite, I'm like, oh my gosh, what is this? This is nothing like I've ever had.
And it probably wasn't even enjoyable because it was so hot.
Too hot. It was just so freaking hot. And I went through like 8 pitchers of water. So they just kept bringing me water. And then I went right home and it hit, like I said, it hit your gut. And then it just, as it was coming out, it felt like just straight fire and lava. And I was like, oh my God, I started sweating profusely. So I stripped naked and then it wouldn't end. I started sobbing. I was like, dear God, please let my butthole stop
I
burning.
think I'm broke forever.
If this is what hell is like, I repent.
You did today. You started getting them damp spring break
Yeah.
bangs. Like you've been drinking since like 7 and it's now 1 o'clock in the morning, and you look like you're about to cry today.
It was rough. Yeah. So luckily I was able to rebound and come and talk about the whacked out news and let you know the rapture is not going to happen today, like they're saying on TikTok. Some people are saying it's 3 p.m. So I'm glad that Jesus gave us the time.
That'll coincide nicely with your fire bung.
It will. Just as soon as I hit the toilet to be like, Jesus, please. Oh, you're here.
That would be tough though, on the toilet. That's when you start hearing the trumpets from the sky. You're like, oh man, I don't feel like I'm very heavenly right now.
There's a lot
Look
going on here.
away, Saint Peter.
Honestly, though, if Jesus would have come back when I was shitting my brains out from native Thai, I'd have been like, thank you, Lord. You saved me. Take me now. Take me
Release
now,
me
Jesus.
from this earthly body.
Right. Take me away. All right, got some emails here, and this is a great idea from Ron. After seeing Virginia's Chocolate Kisses video that she did with her husband Panda up in Tallahassee at Florida State, he thinks that it should be something that all parents do on Parents' Weekend and submit their videos. I think that's a fantastic idea.
Some tells me the students are doing it too. Because that looks pretty sexual.
It's fun for the whole family.
It's
just-
a great move.
It kept on like Panda's face just kept on going in your snatch and in your butthole, it seemed like.
Yeah,
Were you drinking at that point?
No, that was before we started drinking. So we went to do it in the morning because we figured, there'd be less families there and like people taking pictures all day at that spot. So
Yeah.
we didn't want to be like, kicked off a campus for doing vulgar stuff in front of kids. But turns out there was families there in the background of our picture. I'm so sorry to them.
well, I'm sure they've seen worse.
Come on, it's college.
Yeah, exactly. Wasn't that bad? Yeah, so that's a fun little thing. If you have not seen that yet, we've got the whole video up on the KVJ Show YouTube page, so you can see the sudden death drawing that we did on Friday, and then you can pick up with Virginia paying it off at Florida State. So that is up there. Go and follow and subscribe. Also, we were talking a bit, and we get into Halloween season right at the end. We were talking about true crime, and they are starting to see that it is bringing down people's mental health a bit when you get a little bit too into it, as you might imagine. You get down that rabbit hole, and some people, I could see where you get so obsessed over the details because they've observed something that's interesting about the true crime. In fact, Only Murders in the Building is based off the premise. The show starts where they're just 3 strangers that meet up that are bonded by one true crime podcast they like, and they're in it trying to figure out what happened, the whodunit. And so the whole show is them then coming together and then solving crimes themselves. And they're not the only ones that do that. They found that a lot of people get so wrapped into it. They're doing their own. You ever see, they always do that cop thing where they've got the photos and the strings connecting everything.
This one's connected to that one.
Yeah, and people are legitimately doing that at home, and they're getting so into it that it's damaging their mental health because they they're just embroiled in it and it's sucking up so much of their time and their energy. And then a lot of times, you're not going to really look. You've had professionals with all the information doing it. So I don't know of anybody that has been a fan of true crime that has actually solved and broken open a case. And maybe it has happened.
They have.
They have.
Yeah.
How often does that happen?
And it's usually a cold case because
Right.
Because like we were talking about it a couple weeks ago. There's only so many things the cops can do at a certain point, and then they don't have the resources. That's why a lot of times if they're trying to drag a lake, they'll do it for 3 or 4 days, but after a while they can't afford constantly doing that. So that's why that one group that goes out and drags lakes and looks for cars, that's why you're finding them, because they don't have the resources to do it at the police department.
Yeah, I could see that. And people have been mentioning this too, and it's so true. They said that David is the latest case that everybody is getting all into. And that's all the clues that I've seen have not come from law enforcement. It's people that have gone through all of his videos and concerts. He would appear. Now what's tough is he appeared on a live stream. So this is just a streamer that's going on for who knows how long. Sometimes those streams are several hours. And they saw David on one, and then they noticed, they're like, oh, that's that Celeste girl. She's right there with him. Then they started to make the connection. Then they have a photo of them together. Then and it really started to put the pieces together. So everything that we know so far about this David case, and maybe law enforcement knows it too, but I think to an extent they do lean sometimes on these people that are going through and doing all the man hours for them, saying, oh, okay, thank you for finding that on that stream. That's a little piece of evidence.
David definitely was hanging out with Celeste.
Yes, and like I said, the problematic part, she 15 at death, he's 20 already. Right there, you've got a legal issue if they were romantic and intimate.
Right.
That's not legal.
No.
And if you murder, that's definitely not legal.
Definitely not legal.
And if you have a song called Romantic Homicide, it's definitely sussy.
Well, and then people have broken down all the lyrics of that song and the Celeste song he's supposed to, and they're like, yeah, this is just painting the picture of somebody. And then he was singing that song in concert live. It was about, and he's crying up there on stage. So yeah, they're putting it all together on this. People are obsessed with this case.
He retweeted a video of a guy that was like, oh, if somebody cheats on me, this is what happens. And the guy's like slicing chopped like meat.
It's almost like I feel like I'm reading a script.
Yeah.
Because you've got a guy he was ascending to heights. I had heard a couple of his songs. I knew of him. I wasn't saying I was a huge David fan, but I was like, okay, I could recognize, I'm like, okay, this is an up and comer.
If you do anything on TikTok, you know his music, and it really was kind of hauntingly good.
Yeah, he seems like he's on the level. He and that Somber that are out there that are both they seem like we're on similar trajectories. Obviously,
Right.
David has taken a bit of a sidestep, but yeah, where it's like you're just starting to hear their name a bit and their songs are popping up in various places. And you're like, okay, you could see in a year or two from now, they would break through and become a household name.
Had he not murdered.
Just because you're talented and then you can do this does not make you, you can still be a bad person.
Yeah.
There's a lot of talented people out there who are not very nice.
Yeah.
I wonder where it is as far as the cops bringing him in, sitting him down, grilling him, and figuring out, where were you? What's your alibi?
I know only that they said he's cooperating, so there's been communication. They've gone through his house, pulled computers out and things like that. So they're at that stage of it. So I think they've done all of the above.
Discovery?
Yes. Now, are they finding things? He's easily suspect number one.
More than easily.
Well, they found the body in the frunk.
In the frunk of his Tesla.
By the way, I fucking hate that term. Frunk. Ugh. All right. But yeah, the frunk.
Yeah. Ashley, she said, I'm a fan. I'm heartbroken. I could see that. He was getting to the point where he was starting to get some passionate fans, and you would be. I mean, if you're like, oh, okay.
He's got this emotional, lyrically haunting music.
Yes.
It's very tug at the heartstrings emotional. It's chick music.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
And I liked it. I thought it's different, but I like different sounds. And he had a different sound to him.
He had an artsy thing about him.
Well, that's why I heard him on alternative. I listened to the alternative station. And so he was playing there, but I could see him also playing on R&B. He's kind of a weird hybrid almost of those two genres together. And it's crazy. And Chrissy said, yeah, why the hell would you hide her in your own car? Thank God he's stupid. And it just seems like, well, honestly, to the point where he was so bad at all this, I'm like, are you being framed or are you just this dumb? because it's like he's laying out the path of everything that's there. And almost when it's too convenient, what do you know from watching all these true crime things?
Right. It could be a setup.
Well, it's almost like the Charlie Kirk murder we were talking about yesterday, where it's like, all right, this just seems too convenient. Like you just made it so effortless for the police to be like, okay, well, all the dots are connected. Let's take it to trial and let's put them on death row. I don't know.
I don't know either.
Yeah, it's early in the game, but yeah, that's another one. It seems like it's happening quick. Well, we were talking about Netflix is going to be doing the Eileen Wuornos. She was the monster serial killer, loved to kill men in Florida.
Now, she claims that these men tried to attack her. She was, a prostitute, but she said that most of these guys tried to attack her, and that's why she killed them. Now, people argue that as well. Some people think maybe it happened a couple times, and then she took it out on anybody she was picking up. Who knows what the truth is?
That seems like it's probably more likely.
She had a point where she did not like men, and she wanted to
make the ones that she was with now pay for the sins of maybe the ones that she had previously been abused by.
Yeah, that case, that's not one of my favorite cases. And when I say favorite, I'm not. I know it sounds terrible. It's not one that interests me that much.
I don't cuddle up with it.
It's not.
So you're not going to knuckle bump her?
Well, it doesn't scare. The ones that scare me are the boogeyman kind. These guys they're looking for a prostitute. They're putting themselves. No one deserves to die, but I'm saying on a creepy factor, it's the ones where like a girl goes jogging and she's never seen again, or someone breaks in the house and kidnaps somebody. That's fucking scary because you're just going about your life doing nothing illegal. You're just chilling, and the boogeyman comes and gets you. That's horrifying to me.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So that Netflix special on her is going to be dropping the day before Halloween, and Netflix is really trying to invest where they know they're going to get return, and true crime is definitely it. The Ed Gein is also going to be coming out too. I think that's Netflix as well, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Geez, so they really do love this stuff.
I got to watch that.
Well, Candace has said, I don't know if you've gone over all these fun facts.
The Ed Gein fun facts.
Yeah. She said, so on Ed Gein, I looked him up when I heard this new Netflix series was coming out, and the most gruesome details I didn't hear you guys speak on yet.
Uh-oh.
No, he didn't kill a ton of people, but, what he did was definitely worthy of getting some things looked at. The sheriff's deputy discovered Warden's decapitated body in a shed on Gein's property, hung upside down by her legs with a crossbar at her ankles and ropes at her wrists. The torso had been dressed out like a deer. Warden had been shot with a .22 caliber rifle, and the mutilations were made after her death. Then they went into his house and found some fun things. Whole human bones, fragments, a wastebasket made of human skin.
He was big into grave robbing.
Oh, he was?
Yeah.
Okay. As you would be. Human skin covered chairs. Wow. That'd be interesting to buy that furniture. Human skulls mounted on bedposts.
Whoa.
Again, I think a lot of these aren't victims. I think these are bodies.
Grave robbing.
Yes.
But then eventually he did turn to making his own materials.
And from what I understand, his mom was not a nice woman.
Okay. So maybe that's where he got it from.
A lot of these stories, and not all of them, but they're obviously their childhood is just terrible. The Ed Kemper case, the mother was just brutal to him. And that's the night he killed her, when she said one final thing. He asked her a question. She came home drunk with her friend, and she said, "Oh, let me guess, you're gonna want to talk all night now." And that was his final thing.
That's what snapped him, huh?
Yeah.
And the friend was there?
He killed the friend, and then he killed his mother, cut off her head, and then defiled her body.
Oh, my.
A part of it.
Okay. Yeah, so anyway, he had some very fascinating things in his room.
And that's the one you cuddle up with, not Eileen Wuornos. We prefer her decapitated mother.
Think about this. Ed Kemper was 6'6", 6'7", maybe even 6'8". Could you imagine that guy breaking into your house or picking you up and fighting with you? Holy shitballs.
Nothing you can do.
Nothing you can do.
Yeah, you're outsized already at that point. Somebody had said and mentioned the Elvis Presley thing about people who had done some weird stuff. And that Priscilla story was an interesting accusation that had gone on about her rushing in when her daughter Lisa Marie was basically on her deathbed and saying, yeah, go ahead and pull the plug. So she actually was asked about that on Today. And here's what she had to say about her daughter's death and her responsibility with it.
She said to me after we came out of the theater, you want to go and have a drink, And I said, sure, let's do it. And then about 2 minutes later, she said, Mom, I don't think I can do it. I said, what's the matter? And she said, my stomach really, really hurts. I've been having a hard time with it. And I go, okay, whatever you need to do. And she goes, I'll talk to you tomorrow. I said, okay. And the next day, I waited. I thought she was going to give me a call. And then I get a call from that Lisa, was in the hospital as we knew it, and that she passed.
Okay, wow. It seems very sudden, doesn't it? It's kind of crazy.
It's not the story that we heard.
No? What did you hear?
We heard that Lisa was on life support and that Priscilla went to the hospital and pulled the plug before her daughter had even got there, before Lisa's daughter had even got there.
So if she was being honest and they asked her, did you kill her? She'd go, uh-huh. Sorry, I'm just trying to levity. I know it's the wrong time.
How dare you?
Whatever. I think you actively promoted John Wayne Gacy on a regular show.
Respect.
Oh,
Yeah, respect. Respect, John Wayne Gacy.
Because I said his last words were, y'all can kiss my ass. Respect. To John Wayne Gacy?
I like how he went out. I don't like what he did before that.
Kevin, that's fucked up.
No, that's fucked up.
We're both fucked up.
We're both fucked up.
Well, apparently what happened, that's when they were together right before her hospitalization. So she had the stomach pains, was hospitalized, and then maybe, I guess they're saying at that point, Priscilla then, as she came back, she's like, yeah, go ahead and end it. Within hours of admission, apparently. So that is the lawsuit that is out there about it. And I think it's her granddaughter that's filed the lawsuit, right?
Right. Riley is Lisa Marie's daughter. And I thought the accusation was that Riley didn't even make it to the hospital before the plug was pulled.
Okay.
Which seems really unfair. If someone's on life support, aren't you supposed to let all the family come and make the decision together? But that could have been a rumor, too. That could have been bad information.
Well, this is what Priscilla is saying about the lawsuit, claiming that she did that.
You still have a legal issue with your former business partners, and they've made some pretty damning allegations in their papers that you and your lawyer have denied. Is there anything you want to say about those claims?
Yeah. Don't believe what you read.
Yeah.
Yes, it's going well. I mean, I can't complain. I have good people, but yeah, it's the papers that come out and make it worse and make it really like we're having an issue for sure, but it's getting resolved.
Okay.
I think the issue is money.
Yeah.
And I think you're talking about a lot of money.
Sure.
And you have to just follow the money. Who stands to benefit from Lisa Marie dying?
Well, I think both of them, right?
The king still brings in a ton of money.
Yeah.
Even though he's been
you
gone
are
since
right.
77.
He's one of the top earning dead people every year.
It's insane. I mean, I remember I made a couple jokes about Elvis, and this motherfucker did not like my words. Because I said Elvis liked him young, and Elvis did like him young. Don't blame me.
I just think it's like, okay, it's just weird. If somebody's in a coma, don't you let that play out for a few days? I know I would. There's no way I'd be able to pull the plug on somebody that I loved quickly without getting the whole family together, having conversations, hoping that they're going to pull out of it. Because not all comas are a death sentence. Sometimes people pull out of a coma.
Even if there's no recovery, you allow her own daughter to get there
100%.
for her last breath, and you stand there together. Yeah,
you stand there together. You don't make a decision by yourself without her children a part of it.
I don't know how you justify that. And that really should have been the question.
Right.
Like, why did you feel like you had to do it before Riley got there? Why did that happen?
Let me talk to this bitch.
If you knew that this was the deal, they go, you're going to be in a coma for 10 years. That's it. That's the way it is. Or we're going to pull the plug. Would you want to be in a coma for 10 years versus pulling the plug? Or is 10 years just way too long and go, just pull the plug?
No, I say give me the 10 years of coma, and then you wake up, and then you get to have the whole rest of your life, the back end of your life.
All right. Yeah, I think that's good.
I always would hold out hope that the coma is not permanent, and whoever it is comes out of it. I mean, a lot of times there's no hope and there's like no brain activity, and like they're just keeping you alive with the machine. Mm-hmm. But if there's any hope whatsoever, we don't pull the plug.
Right.
Not in the first day. Not in the first week.
Just give me at least 3 or 4 days.
Absolutely. And I'm not pulling the plug on anybody. I'm going to go ahead and let this ride for at least a couple of weeks.
I feel like if you guys were talking to me in the ear,
we could wake you up.
They say that works. And when my mom was in her coma, I mean, she was in pretty rough shape. They said, talk to your mom. She may be able to hear you.
Tell her Kevin's here.
I was like, Kevin? No, I didn't say that. I almost said something.
Kevin's here. She would wake up just to throw him out.
I'm glad I censored myself.
Another thing is going to be interesting to see what happens with the death on the ride at Epic Universe, the Stardust Racers. The death of Kevin Rodriguez Zavala. And I see that Universal has finally come out with a statement. They say, our internal findings to date confirm that the ride systems functioned as intended. Equipment was intact on the ride start, throughout the duration of the ride, and upon the ride, vehicles returned to the station and our team members followed procedures. The attraction remains closed as we continue to work through a comprehensive review process in cooperation with the ride manufacturer of record. Safety is and always will be at the forefront of everything we do. Well, the family has lawyered up in a big way. They went with Ben Crump, who is a famous civil rights lawyer who is known for getting big purses. And they are going to try to grab a ton of money from Universal. So I think it's going to be an interesting legal fight. I imagine there's not a coincidence on the timing of the Universal statement, realizing that they are lawyering up and they're going to be coming after them. They're trying to say everything with this ride was done properly. There was nothing on our end that was done wrong. And I'm sure that they're going to be it's going to be an interesting case in a sense when you create a ride that could off somebody, which it clearly did, and they'll try to prove that maybe this guy had pre-existing conditions. Which
it sounds like he did.
Yeah, to say, okay, a lot of things probably could have taken this guy out. And, it would be a fight because you would say then, okay, well, could you, if it's that you've made a ride that is dangerous for some people to ride out there, then you would have to take every roller coaster in America and say, nope, sorry, we got to make it like a merry-go-round.
Every ride is dangerous for some people to ride.
Yes. And so that'll be interesting in the lawsuit because I assume that's what Universal will be trying to defend.
And Universal has lawyers.
Oh, no doubt they do. Absolutely. But, this Ben Crump, I'm sure he's like, man, even if we just get them to settle, because they've got so much money,
right,
that you guys will make tens, if not hundreds of millions of dollars on this. And I wonder how hard Universal is going to fight it.
Interesting. Maybe they have to fight it so that the precedent isn't set that people start suing them.
Yeah, because you could see that if it kind of leaves a little wiggle room that, hey, I don't know, man, maybe we shouldn't be making these kind of rides. You'd see people line it up, being like, all I got to do is get some kind of injury on one of these rides. And, hey, if I could walk away with a $2 million payday, that's not bad, and still survive. Be like, all right, that's not a bad deal.
That'd be cool. They just said, dude, you get burgers for life.
he would take his lump sum burger.
That is how they used to come at me with deals when I first got into radio. So we want you to endorse this product. We're not going to pay you in any kind of money, but we'll give you 5 tacos a week. I'm like, fuck you. No.
Make it 6 and you got a deal.
Make it 7. I drive a hard bargain.
Tushy's Car Couture says it clearly says before you go on that ride that if you have any medical conditions, don't ride it. And Corey said Universal just is going to have to ban people in wheelchairs from riding the extreme rides in the future. It could set a precedent. And I bet there would be a lot of people that would be like, oh, man, you've just taken me out of contention to ride this. So
yeah, that's true. That may be the way it goes.
Well, you know, whenever you see rules, there almost always is a lawsuit behind that rule. And that's why they've had to make them. You're like, I hate the rules. Be like, well, you know, there's somebody that got a $200 million payday that is the reason for the rule. We've done that before. Why are you the reason for the rule? There's a rule someplace and you're the reason for it. Usually a rule is because of something bad that happened. And
a
now
lawsuit.
they have to establish a rule and say, we got to make sure this doesn't happen. And that may cut more people out from being able to ride those rides, or they wouldn't take a chance to be like, yeah, you say you're fine, but we just, I don't know. You know, maybe you got to start doing 20 jumping jacks before you get on a...
You got to pass a little president's physical fitness test.
You have to give us your blood. We got to test your blood pressure. We got to see everything else is going. You got to go through a health exam before you get on a damn ride.
I'm not going to be able to do that chin up.
Yeah.
This freaking chin up gets me every time.
You know, some people are screaming. The signs are everywhere, and you can see, and you should be concerned because there will be some people that can ride the ride right now that after this lawsuit, they'll probably have more regulations, and it will probably take a lot more people out. They'll be like, sorry, we just don't believe you can ride this safely.
What if that guy wanted to die and he got on the roller coaster on purpose, knowing it would probably snap him in a way he couldn't live through, and he did it just because he wanted the payday for his family?
This is the part of the story where Virginia adds her own details.
That feels like it's a massive stretch.
No fucking sense whatsoever.
Yep. Massive stretch. Yeah. Just grasping.
I'm not gonna lie though. There are times I'm starting to kind of like her fake fucked up details she just throws in.
Yeah, they're just so
just
off
to
the
win a case.
Rails. Yeah.
This is what it's like in my husband's life every day.
Oh, I know. We see the stare.
Yeah. And he doesn't drink.
No, I know.
That's what's unbelievable.
That blows my mind.
My gosh.
He can't. He's got to keep an eye on this.
Yeah.
Jeez.
So lucky.
Yeah.
If he starts drinking, this train drives right off the tracks.
Mm-hmm. Well, when we had the conversation, we were talking about other places, like somebody had mentioned that their daughter works at Rapids, and she's had to have that uncomfortable conversation with some riders saying, I don't think you make our weight limits. I think
And
you're
they have
over.
a scale.
Yeah, but, you know, you're the reason for the rule.
Yeah.
You know, there's a reason to those limitations. And Engineer Key said, yeah, I've been pulled aside and weighed for rides at the Rapids. The last time I went, I just started off at the administration office asking for a wristband of shame. All they do is weigh you to see if you're over 250 pounds. I've never even been close to this limit, so I've always been confused why they weighed me.
Because it's a teenage girl who doesn't know. She's eyeballing you, and she's probably like, I don't know, he looks really big next to me.
I don't know that I know either. It's like, have you ever seen, I was in line one time at, like, I think Publix Liquors, and the guy was 82 in front of me, and they carded him.
Like,
It took him 10 minutes to get his ID out of his wallet, and he blew the dust off of it. He hadn't been carded in 60 years.
What are we doing?
I saw that a while ago where it was a veteran. The guy he had to have been in his 70s, and he was trying to buy liquor, and they would not allow him to buy liquor, and he was getting so pissed off.
Yeah.
You should.
He's like, I'm a veteran. Look at me.
But it's the regulation of somebody says, I don't want to chance it because it's my job or my livelihood. If they say, well, did you card him? No, I just really thought they looked that old. You know, and I could see, look, if I was holding on to it and I'm like, I'm hugging my job because I don't want to lose it, then I'm probably following. If you tell me to card everyone, I'm carding everyone just because I've been instructed to do that.
It's so annoying.
It's so weird to see an 80-year-old man get carded and then have it go horrible for him.
I'm breaking protocol. I'm breaking policy. Old man, you get your bottle.
I would buy it for him if it was up to me.
Yeah. Engineer Key said, though, if you go to the admin office, it's less embarrassing, however, to ask for the band instead of getting weighed at each ride.
I get it.
I wonder what they do now to embarrass heavy folks. But yeah, if you think a teenage girl couldn't tell and you're anywhere within 40 or 50 pounds of the 250-pound range, I'd be like, yeah, just give me the band so they know ahead of time. I've been weighed and I'm good. You know, that's a much better than trying to have an argument with a teenage girl who's running the ride and is like, oh, I don't know, I think you look a little heavy.
Yeah, you look very large. Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm standing next to a 5-year-old.
Yeah, you could see why that would happen. So, interesting stuff. All right, well, coming up on Friday, we are putting the KVJ horror movie tickets on sale for the October 11th screening at the Maltz Theater in Jupiter. Tickets going to be $20 each. You can get them at kvjshow.com. Some questions have been asked, like, what time do the festivities go down? Do we have a timetable for that night on Saturday the 11th? What's going to happen and when?
We do. So the red carpet starts at 7.
Okay.
Doors open at 6, though. So if you want to get there a little bit early, you can get there. The bars will be open. You can chill. You can hang with the other KVJ Nationers from 6 to 7 and everybody look at everybody else's costumes because that's the most fun. I love that in the lobby. And then at 7, we'll do the red carpet. And then at 8, we begin the production.
Yes.
Okay.
And the whole thing, our stage performance starts at 8.
Okay.
Yeah, people keep asking how they can help. There's a new trailer or teaser on our KVJ video, not our shorts. It's on our video, and it does help out if you do leave comments and like it, because right now it's kind of dying in the water. Fucking algorithms. I don't know what's going on.
Something's the matter with our YouTube right now. I took down a video that I think we got flagged for.
Well, I've asked 5 people if the teaser came up for them. They go, I can't even find it. So it's called the Horror Movie Teaser Chat Room 2025. If you guys can find it, it just helps with everything. So
take it, share it, like it, comment, and tell your friends to put it in their calendar. October 11th.
There's an Easter egg in it.
Maltz Jupiter Theater. It's going to be a lot of fun. And the proceeds, your ticket price, goes to Maddie's Fight Foundation. 100% of the profits are going to Maddie's Fight Foundation to help families dealing with childhood cancer. So Maddie's Fight will be there on site with us for the premiere as well. And they're so thankful.
I'm not sure if you saw the one Easter egg of, I think you know what I'm talking about. The email.
Oh.
I love it.
Spooky.
It is spooky.
And it's based on real events.
It is.
So it's based on, for the first time ever, it's based on real events that happened. And it was really horrifying. Mm-hmm. So...
Okay. Right. So we'll get
There's a twist.
We'll tell you all that story. That's why the Kevin Rawson's going to Barbara Walters this shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. An in-depth interview before the screening.
I love it.
It doesn't have to go too long. I know people want to get off to the races.
It does need a little explanation before you see the movie so that you know this is based on a real story.
Well, and I also want people to understand why it upset me so much and why there was a lot of emotion behind this, because there was a lot of things coming at me that I wasn't ready to deal with.
And you still haven't talked about any of it.
No, I haven't.
This movie is kind of like his therapy.
Oh, yeah. And I'm real fucked up.
Respect.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Yeah, respect. All right, y'all. So get ready. Friday tickets on sale, $20 each. And we also on Saturday are going to be doing our KVJ Volunteer Army street cleaning up of the KVJ Highway that is on Military Trail there.
It needs love. It's definitely a section of town where there's a lot of trash. So come out ready to work.
Yep.
And if there is a couple people that want to still try to get into the KVJ horror movie, I'll be able to film a few things out there that if they're interested. So
I love
just throwing that out there.
You double duty in it, dog?
Yeah. You know it. I told you I'm real fucked up.
All right, go sign up at kvjshow.com. It's right on the right-hand side of our page. Enjoy your day. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Goodbye.